Okay, so I'm at the field and the wind's a little breezier than I thought it'd be, and we'll see what happens here. That's my trailer, and inside the trailer is, I built my own aircraft stand. It's identical to that one there because I built it. Actually, I built that one, I guess. This is the one I had built for the club, and it came out so well I decided to build another one for myself. So when we come out here, I've got my own stand, and in my trailer I have my Kadet LT-40 there, and my 4-star 40 there, and soon to be other airplanes in my trailer. So we're going to get them out, get the stand out, and go flying. Okay, typical day at the field. Nobody here. That's not typical, but other than that, this is what I'm going to show you is my typical day at the field. I got my bag of stuff, got the radio, got an airplane, got a tube, got 2 wings. We're going to put it together. Get out my bag. Out of my bag I get out my blue box, and there's the 2 nylon bolts and 2 washers in it. Keep that around with a rubber band so it just doesn't open and spill all over the place. And like I said, this is a stand I built a few weeks ago. I've used it a few times now, but show you how well it works. First, when we get the wing put together, one wing tube in. Have to be careful of the wind here. It's probably 5 to 8 miles an hour. Not a whole lot. Strong enough to blow an airplane off if you're not careful. Okay, so wing is together. I'm going to flip it over. This way, and attach the wing servos. Color matched, blue on blue, tag, black on black wire. White on white tag, black on black wire. Put together. Put those wires down in. Oh, I can't do that yet. Just a minute. Scratch that. I forgot to put the battery in. I forgot that I had charged the battery last time, and it's not going to go anywhere without a battery. I'm going to get out my battery tester, and we'll see how well that works. And here's my battery tester. This pocket over here, I should have some bag of batteries. Kadet LT-40 bag of batteries. Batteries for 4 other airplanes in there. Alright, I'm going to stop the video here, get the thing assembled. You've seen most of that. I'll be right back. Okay, battery is in place. Battery tests 6.7 volts. That's a full charge. That's why I took them out, to make them a full charge. Okay, battery is wrapped up with my foam and my Velcro, and the 5 individual batteries are in in their 5-cell pack. Okay, wind gauge is looking better, 2 to 4 miles an hour, and coming down here. Yeah, maybe up to 7 now, 6 or 7 miles an hour. I'm still good with that. Get out of the wind here so the wind gauge can get it. Fairly steady, 5 miles an hour. We'll go with it. Okay, the aircraft is fueled. I want you to note that I turned the muffler down and have the exhaust of the muffler down as well. I'm going to start it with a 3-cell instead of a 4-cell battery just to see if that works better. I still have the 4-cell battery with me, but I'm going to use a 3-cell. Because if that works okay, 3-cell will do better. Because it won't the 3-cell won't apply as much initial torque as the 4-cell will. Okay. Let's leave the camera a minute and go get my GoPro camera. Okay. Before I do anything, next thing is to pre-flight the aircraft. Spinner looks good, prop looks good. The valve is in the right place. We'll see how that runs. Shape. Always want to check to make sure that the stick-on weights are in good shape. The wing servos are good. Actually check those before I put them on. Elevator rotor servo look good. Pre-flight is done. Pre-flight the radio. That's to idle. Okay, all switches are in a good position. It's on the wrong airplane, I know that. Okay, so we want Kadet LT-40. Okay, timer set for 12 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Okay, now I'm going to use the GoPro camera to film the flight. Okay, here we go. Radio is on. Airplane is on. Airplane is bound and working. The trim is all the way down, so I'm going to look at the throat here and move the trim up to neutral. Okay, trim is up to neutral, throttle is working. Okay, I'm going to open the throttle to about 40%, and I'm going to very carefully turn the prop a couple of times. I'm going to get out the glow starter. Okay, glow starter is ready, engine is primed, starter is working, throttle, I'm going to throttle back to maybe 30%. Other than that, things look good. Okay, that was the power reading on the radio. Okay, the
Stand is in good shape. I'm going to pull the aircraft up to hold it against the stand. Move that back there. And away we start. Move the bag out of the way. I'm going to put that on last. Checking idle. Doing an engine run up. Still idling a little fast. Okay, there's a better idle. Winds are good. We're gonna go. I've gotten better at putting my radio over the GoPro camera. Okay. Before taxi check. Up, 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 right. One more time. Up, 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 right. Oops, right. Okay. Alright, wind is down the runway right to left. Winds are calming down. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to do one last check of GoPro camera on my cell phone. Okay. GoPro looks good. Now, here we go. Going to use a bit more runway than I usually do, just because this is still a new aircraft to me. I'm going to go down here a little ways. Turn a wide turn into the wind. Don't try to do a sharp turn into the wind. That's how you tip over. As I did on the maiden flight. Okay. No other people. Here we go. Nice takeoff. Down runway winds. Throttle's back to 70%. A little bit of rudder in that turn. Okay, we'll start out with a low pass. Okay. Low pass, looking for the sound of the engine. Back to 40%. 100%. Back to 75. Back to 60. 60% power. Depending on the winds, I'm going to do a full stop or touch and go. I'll decide when I land. 6.2 volts. Airplane's going to slow down in this wind. Putting the power down. It's idle. Forcing the nose down a little bit. Going to add a touch of power. Okay. A little gusty wind there. Picked it up a little bit. Partly my thumb didn't let it go enough. The other part of that landing was the fact that I probably left too much power in at the end, and it was still flying. Okay, winds are down the runway, but up to 10 miles an hour. Slowly turn into the wind. Also turning right, I put my right aileron up to help to keep the wings down. Okay, so here we go, taking off again. Wait a minute. Checking my time, 9:11. Quick takeoff because of the wind. Power's back. As the winds stay down the runway, I'm going to keep on flying. Winds are picking up over 10 miles an hour now, just by my feel. Now it's come back down to maybe 5 to 8. But for this airplane, never a problem. Okay, I'm going to leave the power in idle this time. Let it come on in and land into this wind. Very good. 3 little bounces, mostly because of wind, touch and go. Okay, we're going to do a little bit better landing on this one. Got a bit of a left cross now, toward the wind sock. Winds have calmed down. This should be a much better landing. Much better. I'm going to change the idle down 1 or 2 clicks. 2 clicks of idle back. It's still going a little fast even for the headwind. Still trying to fly. But my idle's still a little high. 7 minutes time remaining. I love my DX9 that talks to me. Nobody else out here is going to talk to me. Okay, bit of a left cross. Okay, going around. A little wind change there from down the runway to left cross and back to down the runway. Didn't expect that. Better to practice better to practice a low approach and go around. That's one of the things I teach my students. Get all the way down to the flare and go around, because sometimes you need to. So you practice it. A little bit lower on my final approach. Those bounces on landing are still being caused by not stopping flying. So I'm going to give it one more throttle trim back one notch. I'm going to try to do a full stop landing here and see what the engine sounds like at idle. I may still have it up too high. Here comes a nice full stop landing. Power is idle. Okay, 5 minutes time remaining. I got plenty of gas. Okay. Needle valve looks good. A few more clicks of down trim, sounds better. Engine's warmed up so we can take it. I wouldn't do that on a really cold engine. But now that we're warmed up, you can lower the idle a little bit. Power's already back. Picking up a little more left cross, according to the windsock there. Flying well. Haven't had to trim ailerons or elevator or rudder. Whatever I did the last flight to trim those neutral, they're very right where they should be. Okay. I'm going to try a little bit shallower approach. I was a little high on that approach. 3 minutes time remaining. I think that's out of 12 too, so we're going to get a nice long flight here. Battery voltage is in good shape. Okay, so I'm already at idle power. I'm well out there. I'm going to put the power up just a little bit. I'm going to hold it off till I stop flying. There we go. That's a better landing. You can tell that time that the aircraft quit flying and just gently came to the ground. Let's try that again. I went out a little farther than I meant to, so I'm going to try to turn this a little early. Okay, you're going to turn right here. Wow, that was a gust of wind. Okay, one bounce on a landing. A gust of wind changed direction too. It blew the aircraft to about 60 degrees of bank and wasn't expecting it, but you got to react to it, which I did. All right, 125 remaining. Winds are still in good shape. I'm going to turn around, do one more takeoff. See how it sounds? Sounds good. Okay, a little bit of left cross. So I'm not going to aim it down the runway. I'm going to aim it with a little bit of left cross for the takeoff. Here we go. A little bit of left cross, correct back to middle of the runway, power's back to 70, power's back to 60. Okay, good place for downwind. Driving away to keep the downwind straight. Okay, coming around. Time has expired. I'll make this one my full stop. Thing just wants to float all day. Sometimes I let it, just like that time. I'm just going to let it float till it wanted to land. Full stop landing, didn't care about a touch and go. So here we come. Alright. Good ground rules. Field flight safety rules. You can taxi back until you get to the pilot station, but do not pull into the pits powered. Stop right there. Thank you very much. Cut the engine. Engine cut with trim. Okay. Reach down here, turn the airplane off, and turn the radio off. Now, I'm going to set the radio down to make it easier for me to pick it up. Pick it up with both hands, set it on the stand. Notice I'm holding it near the center of the airplane here, so I'm holding on to nice plywood, hard plywood there, not out here. And there we go. I'm going to pull out my phone and turn off the GoPro.